Dear students and colleagues, this is Dr. Guven. This is part of my webinars on aerospace. In these times of COVID, it's been a difficult time for all industries across the world, and obviously aerospace industries has been affected as well. I wanted to share some of my views on the state of aerospace and COVID and the way forward. As you know, aerospace is comprised of two parts. One part is the aviation and aeronautics, and the other part is astronautics, which is space engineering, rockets, satellites, spacecraft, space probes, etc. Now, from the aeronautics point of view, it was already a very difficult time before even COVID, because, for example, if you take Boeing as an example, because of the problems they had in their MAX aircraft, Boeing had to ground hundreds of airplanes, and it affected many of their contracts. So Boeing was already doing very, very bad before that as an airplane manufacturer. So with this COVID, I believe they are facing even much worse troubles financially and having difficulty pulling themselves back up. Hopefully they'll get 737 recertified again so that they can start to get back on their feet. Now, as far as the aviation sector is concerned, as per IATA, all the airlines got affected severely. Several airlines went bankrupt because of COVID-19. Many airlines are surviving now on government loans and government subsidies. As per the data of IATA, it seems that it will be until perhaps year 2024 before the aviation sector can go back to what it was before. Now, on the other front, if you look at the space sector actually has been doing well. I mean, it did more in 2020 compared to what it did before. SpaceX has become a major player in the space arena. Now SpaceX is really spending a lot of time, a lot of energy. It has become a contractor to NASA in sending manned missions to International Space Station. The last mission 2 months ago was a huge success. From now on, American astronauts will be carried to the International Space Station via SpaceX. Also, there are a lot of work going on as far as NASA is concerned. They have Project Artemis. Project Artemis is actually NASA's plan to go back to moon, to start manned missions to the moon by 2024. They will be constructing a gateway in space, which will be used as a midway point or gateway point to launch missions to the moon easily and cheaply. By 2024, Americans want to have an astronaut on the moon again. The Chinese are aggressively doing a lot of work mapping the lunar surface with their Chang'e missions. The Indians are also planning new lunar missions. Beyond the moon, we have again a lot of work going on. Again, Indian Space Agency is planning some missions for studying the sun, the solar physics mission. This will, and they're planning another mission to go to Venus. This will be with CNES, French Space Agency. So a lot of work is going on trying to map our solar system, go to planets. Obviously, space mining and space resources are becoming very important. A lot of work is being done to try to allocate these sources, especially on the moon. Obviously, another problem that is becoming critical is space debris, because since the launch of Sputnik in 1957, we've been sending large amounts of spacecraft all across the spectrum. Every country is sending spacecraft now. Even the small universities, basic universities, high schools in the United States are able to send CubeSats into space, coming together with other agencies, other organizations, etc. So space is getting very much filled up. Space debris is a serious problem. Space traffic management is becoming a serious problem. Therefore, a lot of work is going on to see how we can regulate the space traffic, how we can mitigate space debris. So a lot of things are happening on the aerospace front, perhaps more so than the aviation and aeronautics front. So especially for students who are thinking of aerospace engineering, I think this is one of the best times to become an aerospace engineer. I do believe that all of you should spend your time and energy trying to become better aerospace engineers. If you're already enrolled in an undergraduate or graduate program, if you're not, if you're a high school student thinking of becoming an aerospace engineer, wow, this is the time to become an aerospace engineer. Do roll up, do enroll in a university of your choice. Especially the next decade, space tourism is going to become very important. I believe there will be spaceports to launch spacecraft from different locations on Earth, not just government based, but also commercially based, like SpaceX is doing now. I believe Moon will be colonized perhaps in the next decade. Mars may be colonized in the next decade. So for young students who are just starting out, this is the perfect time. I mean, this is the best possible time that you can actually enter into aerospace engineering. I would say it's probably going to become one of the most important career choices that you can make in your life. So do try to enroll, do try to keep up with what's happening. If you're interested, there are a lot of competitions, there are a lot of opportunities, seminars, workshops that you can also take part of to see what's going on. I do believe that space exploration will also become an important thing in the next 20 years or so. I'm expecting a lot of important changes, especially with the entry of the commercial sector into space. It's going to make a huge boom. In a similar way, in 1930s, when aviation was commercialized fully, then it created that huge boom and airports were formed, and now we have a very powerful aviation sector across the world. I believe a similar thing will happen in the aerospace sector, in the space sector. It's very heartening to see many new companies, many new startups starting and becoming part of the ecosystem. So I urge all my former students, future students, past students, present students to focus on aerospace engineering as a serious career choice and following their dreams. Thank you.